guys, today I am going to talk to you about how to write your message. Because, we all have our businesses, and some people are service-based, other people are product-based, some people are visual artists, some people are perhaps performers even. I don't know. There's 170 people in the group right now, so there'll be lots of different creatives here. But I'm going to try and cover something in this masterclass that hopefully will apply to all of you, because at the end of the day, writing a clear offer and a clear message always has the same ingredients to be able to attract the audience that you want to attract. So let's get started. I am going to share my screen. Ooh. Can you see that? Can everybody see that? Let's see. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller here. How's that? Can you see that? Can somebody tell me? Nobody's talking. Well, I just assume that you can see it then. I'll just keep talking. So it'd probably be good if you have a little notebook on hand and write a few things down. So we're going to talk about your message today. Your message or your offer is nothing more really than a description of who you are, who you're targeting, and very much what solution you are offering. So you're going to have to dive deep into the audience that you're trying to reach and find out what their pain points are. Now, the word pain point is maybe sounds a bit painful, huh? But you could also translate that as the current reality of your customer. So your customer, whether it's somebody who needs a new pair of shoes, or somebody who feels really unfit and wants to get more flexible. All of these people have a pain point and a current reality. And your job is to, in your description, in your message, make it clear what you are going to do to help them. And if you are able to write very clearly what you're offering and how you are going to get them from A, their current reality, to B, where they want to be, their end goal, then you're onto a winner, because then they will be going like, she or he is talking about me. I want to know more. Oh, I'm getting. I forgot to put some notifications off here, so there's a few pling plonks happening. The problem with many creatives, and you probably will nod your head if you feel like this is a bit like you yourself. The problem with many creatives is that they are too deep into their own work. They might be working away in their studio all the time, so all they look at is their own work, and they might just forget all about who they're actually doing it for. So they don't know how to describe their offer or work clearly. They have no idea who their audience is. They forget writing about pages altogether. Most creators I've met in my career, they absolutely hate selling. And when they get to writing about their work, they think they have to big it up with a lot of jargon to make it sound posh and professional, which we've probably all been to galleries where you see an artist statement and you have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. So in my job as an art marketing manager, I have always been on a mission to demystify marketing and writing. And it's not about dumbing it down. It's about clarity. It's about using the words that your audience understands, because there's no point in writing anything that nobody understands. So let's see. Step 1. Your audience. Who do you help? Who is your ideal client? So this is step 1 in thinking about what you're going to write. you need to think about who your ideal client is, who is your dream customer, or in other words, who are the people that you want to work with and you want to attract. Because you might be thinking like, well, the more the merrier, you know, if everybody wants my services, that is great. But at the end of the day, that's not going to happen. So it's much better to really have a good, clear idea in your mind who you are going to target. So who are they? Be specific. What is their current reality? What is their pain point? What problems do they have that you can solve? So, and the more you know about your client, your ideal client, the audience members that you want to attract, the more you know about them, the more you can tailor your message, and the more you can choose. It's much easier to choose content for your social media, for your blog posts, for your emails, because you know who you are talking to. Step 2. What exactly do you offer? There's a lot of about pages who, you go to a website and you think like, oh, this is, I want to know what this business is about. So you go to their about page, and all they do is they just talk about themselves, how brilliant they are, what experience they have, their credentials, their whole CV list. But when I come to a website and I want to know something about this business, I want to know what they are offering me. So what exactly do you offer? What is the solution that you're offering? What's the transformation that you're offering? And what products do you make? Be as specific as possible about what you are making if you are a product-based business. If you're an artist, be specific. Don't be vague and all flowery about your work. Be specific. Be specific about what it is you make, the measurements, the quality, the techniques, all of these things. So niching down is very important, and as I said, knowing your audience is important, so you can tailor your offer to them. Step 3: don't be a jack of all trades. Oh, I can't even remember how many people and how many pieces of marketing I've seen in my life where it was like, oh, come to my shop or come to my business. There is something for everyone. And I've always looked at that and gone like, well, no, it's not for me. Because if there's something for everyone, there's actually nothing for anyone. Because it'll be a bit like a junk shop, and you'll come to this business and you'll still have to do all the work to find the thing that you might be looking for. So it's very much about, if you're looking for something in particular, what would you type into Google? If you are looking for a high quality waterproof jacket in navy blue, what would you type into Google? Would you type in Google waterproof jackets, or would you type in waterproof outdoor jackets navy blue? You're going to be more specific, and the more specific you are in your description, the more likely you are attracting the person that's actually going to buy from you, because you are offering what they are looking for. Can everybody still follow this? Is this all making sense? If there's any questions, just shout. I'm just rambling on, so you can let me know if there's any questions. I'll try and answer them. So step 4, the ingredients of a strong message, a strong offer. Who you are, name a business. Who you help, describe the audience. What's the current reality? What's the solution? How you can get them there, and a call to action. Call to action is another thing that a lot of people forget. On their website, even on their Instagram, for example, the amount of beautiful Instagram accounts I come across of visual artists, for example, and I go like, oh, that work is really nice. I wouldn't mind having a closer look at that, or finding out what the price is, or finding out how to buy online. And I have to do all the work. I have to find the website. I have to find, or it says like, please contact me for more information. No, I don't want to contact you for more information. I want to go I don't want to go through all that hassle of picking up a phone or emailing. I just want to click onto a website, see what you've got in great detail. And then if I think like, yes, this is great price, great quality, great, just what I'm looking for, then I might buy immediately. So if you're selling online, make buying a breeze, because people are lazy, and if they have to do the work, they're not going to buy. So slight adaptation for an art-based business, because I'm talking about pain points here, and the current reality and solutions. When you are an artist or a musician, you're not really going to think about how you are going to solve a problem for somebody. I mean, they might be looking for a night out on Valentine's Day, so you're offering a solution for that, perhaps, if you're doing a concert. But in general, a description for an art-based business will be much more about the feeling and the emotion you're going to evoke with your audience. So you want people to get excited. You want people to feel like, oh, I need this in my life, So how are you going to make them feel like that? You are going to have to describe your work in not in vague terms that don't mean anything to anyone, but you are going to want to describe your work in ways that people get excited about, right? So you have to tap into the emotions of your audience and their lifestyle, and find a way to connect with them and what they like, what they are like, what else they like, what excites them. So it's very much about that when you are an art-based business. But again, call to action, very important. And of course, use plenty of visuals and recordings to illustrate it when you are an art-based business, because your description won't sell your work on its own. It's very much a package. Right, what's next? Yeah, so I'm going to give you the example of my own offer, just to show you the little the ingredients in action, so to say. You can have a look all over the internet for other examples to see how other people are doing it, but I'm just using my own just now. So mine is, I help creative entrepreneurs like you become rock stars at online marketing, so you attract the right clients who are willing to pay your prices. So in that sentence, I say who I help and what the end goal is of the clients. So I'm helping creative entrepreneurs and to get better at online marketing, so that they attract more clients who are willing to pay their prices. So that's where my clients want to be in general. Then I'm going to describe their current reality. So no more hit and miss posts and hoping for the best. Let's get that business flying. Most of the people in this group as well, they mention the problem, their current reality of feeling lost in the world of online marketing. They don't know what to post. They don't know how to do it consistently. They don't know how to do it efficiently. They really feel that they need a little bit of help and guidance in pulling it all together and getting some results. So that's their current reality. I teach you the skills you need in my free group, my one-to-one coaching sessions, my masterclasses, and my 6-week group training course, which is coming soon, by the way. So I'm talking about the transformation that I am offering as well. So I'm talking about how I'm going to get you from A to B. And then finally, call to action, DM me to find if my services are a good fit for you. So this is an example of a description, of a short description that I use generally on the sidebar of the Facebook group or on my Facebook page. A little bit shorter version I use on my Instagram. I use it a little bit more extended. I use it on my website. I use it on LinkedIn. And I use it whenever, we all know these Facebook groups that we're all in, probably they go like, oh, it's promo Tuesday. Let's share your links and tell us who you are and what you do. I use that description then to put in the comment thread with my link, because then immediately people will see what I do and what I offer, rather than just a link that nobody might click on. So you just tell them a little bit more. Does that all make sense? everybody still with me? See, there's 6 people watching, so it's great. Like I say, if there's anything you want to shout out or comment or ask, I'm here. So yeah, whatever you do in all your writing, your message, don't bore people. Be to the point and stay relevant. A good little exercise you can do is when you start to write and when you start to practice with the writing, is ask yourself in every sentence, so what? So, I help creative entrepreneurs become better at marketing. So what? Well, it's because they know how to attract more clients who are paying their prices. So what? Well, then they increase their income, and so this is sort of how you can play around with the words and keep yourself sharp as well, and keep that ideal client in your mind. If you probably have somebody in mind that you've worked with in the past, so you can keep them in mind when you're writing. So to keep it relevant. I see somebody asking, I just joined and missed the first steps. Will you share the slides later? I can do that. I think I'm recording this whole presentation. So I think in the replay, you will see all these slides anyway. Oh, I'm glad. Thanks. This is all very useful. Glad to hear. Very important also when you're writing your message is to ditch the jargon. No jargon, please, because you might be familiar with certain terms in your industry, but your audience may not be. And if you are alienating people with the phrases you're using, and you make them feel stupid, then they're not going to buy from you because they're like, I'm not sure if this is for me, and it all sounds very posh, and I'm not posh, or whatever they might be thinking. So use words that they use themselves. Use the words that you would use in a conversation over coffee, or if somebody comes into your shop, or if somebody you're working with. What words would you be using yourself? You wouldn't be using all sorts of complicated language. Where are we? So, step 6, where do you put your message? Now, I mentioned it a little bit already, where you can put that message. Your website. So on your homepage, landing page, somebody types in your name of your website and they arrive on the homepage. What do they see? Do they just see images? Do they see, what do they see? It's always good to have, even if you're product-based or an online store and you only have products on your page, have a little paragraph at the top so that people immediately know what you are selling and for who. And if it's something that is for them. If you're a service-based business, have that little description there in the middle of your website so people see straight away who you are, who you're targeting, whether it's for them, what solutions you are offering. And like I say, on your actual about page, you can expand that. You can talk a little bit about your passion, why you're doing what you're doing. You can give examples of how clients have benefited from you in the past. You can talk about your credentials and your experience and why you are the right person to work with. You can expand on all of that in an actual about page. But the little description you can use on your Facebook page, in your group, if you have one, and also on your personal bio on your private Facebook profile. I don't know if anybody knew that. I recently discovered that, and I thought it was quite handy because you don't want to add everybody as your friend if it's a private space for you, but somebody might accidentally click on your in a common thread or whatever, and they arrive at your Facebook profile, your private profile, which might be private. They might not see anything else, but what they do see is your profile picture, and underneath there is the option to write something. So some people leave that blank, most people leave that blank, but you can actually put in there what your service is, what your product is, who you are, plus a link. So it's very handy. So if somebody comes to your personal Facebook page, Facebook profile, they can still see who you are, what you offer, and your link. So use that. Instagram bio it's only a few sentences. It's about less than 200 characters, I think. But use it. Don't be vague. Don't just use a few keywords in there. Use it. Put again, I help people too, so that they XYZ. So if somebody lands on your Instagram account, they see your beautiful images, but they also at the top, they see what you actually do and what you offer. LinkedIn, your headline. Instead of just saying what your job title is, put your description in there. Say, I help XYZ to become better at XYZ, and or whatever it is you're doing. So instead of your job title, use that headline to put your description in. Very handy, because it shows up everywhere on LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn. And again, in your about page on LinkedIn, you can be a bit more, you can expand a bit on your about that, on that. YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel, again, there's a little bit of space on your channel to talk about who you are and what you offer. Whatever you do, whatever you write, be consistent. Be the same everywhere. So not on one website you say that, and on the other website you say another thing. So once you start updating your description, make sure that you do it everywhere. Right, we've come to the end of our presentation, almost, nearly. Bonus tip. A lot of people that I work with and have worked with in the past, they hate writing about themselves. They don't know how to write about themselves. They hate blowing their own trumpet. They are, like I say, they're too deep into their own work. They don't know how to make it. They don't know how to boast about themselves, or they find it really uncomfortable. A little bonus tip here that I thought is a very good one. If you find this hard, and if this applies to you, pretend that you are recommending your work to somebody else, and it's not your work at all. Pretend you are recommending like a book or a restaurant to your best friend. How would you describe that to them? What would you do to convince them to try it out? If your friend says, oh, I am looking for a place to go and eat on Saturday, and you go like, oh, I've been to a really good restaurant the other day. What would you say to your friend so that they will actually go like, oh, I'll check that out? You will list all the great features. You will list all the great benefits of this place, and why your friend should check that out. You might say, oh, it's fantastic customer service and really affordable too. And oh my God, the presentation was just out of this world. It was really good. And you should really check it out, because you'll really like it. You really like it, and you try and connect it with that person. So try that out. Try that out. If you find talking about your own work difficult, pretend it's not your work at all. Pretend it's something else that you're recommending to a friend. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to be helpful, which you would be in the case of recommending something to a friend, you are being helpful, and you're not trying to get money. Because this is part of the selling. A lot of people find selling the hard part, because they're going to have to say what it's going to cost and what the price is, and that feels uncomfortable. See it as being helpful. If you're a service-based industry and somebody comes to you, they have a problem. They want to be helped. So if you're going to be able to offer them the solution that they need, they're not going to say like, oh no, thank you very much, I'm not going to do that. They want it. So the price is of less of a priority than getting that problem solved. So that's a good thing to remember. Don't be shy about what you're offering and talking about prices either, because if people have a problem, if people have a current reality and they want to get from A to B, and you get them to B, then they are willing to pay that price. And that is the key message of writing your message, is that you are going to write really clearly how you're going to get your customers from A to B, and why your products are worth paying for. And that is the challenge I'm going to give you after this masterclass, to have a really good think about that and fine tune that message, so that you are going to attract a lot more of the people that you want to work with. Now, the last slide is the homework slide. So this is sort of the bare bones that you could use when you start writing your description. If you don't really know where to start, use this. So you can say, I am, I help, 2. So they count. So if you fill in those sentences, then you already have a start, and then you can work. You can fine tune it a little bit more, add some more descriptions in it. But that's basically the bare bones of a good offer description. So I hope that was helpful. Bit more. It's 27 minutes. So not too bad. I hope that was a helpful little lesson for you all. I am. I hope I'm recording this. If not, I will share the slides somehow on the Facebook group, so that you can all have a go at it. Well, thank you so much for the people who watched it live, and I hope that it was helpful. And if there are any questions, as always, just ask them here in the thread, or ask them in the group itself, and I'll try my best to help you. Right, I'm going to leave you with that and wish you all a really lovely afternoon, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.